You've been trying to stop the meltdown once it starts. By the time it starts, you've already missed your window. What you actually need is a plan to prevent the meltdown. And what that is a sensory diet. And a sensory diet has nothing to do with food. It is a schedule. And once you build it for your kid, the meltdowns, they stop being random. They start being something that doesn't happen. Last week, we talked about the difference between sensory overload and understimulation, two completely different states, each that can cause a meltdown. Today, we're using that to build something that you can put on your refrigerator. A sensory diet, not a food thing, a routine. A schedule of sensory input that keeps your kid's nervous system regulated before it hits a wall. So think about the last time that you skipped lunch and you tried to push through that 3 p.m. meeting. Your body started demanding something from you: food, movement, coffee. It runs on input. You couldn't focus. You made the wrong decisions. Your kid's nervous system runs that way too. It runs on input. Movement, pressure, quiet sensations, the way your body runs on food. And when it doesn't get what it needs on a schedule, it starts demanding it the only way that it knows how. A meltdown is a nervous system that's finally out of gas. And the sensory diet is how we keep the tank full. It comes with 3 steps. Step 1, know your kid's direction. So from last week, does your kid tend to overload or more lean toward under stimulation? Cover ears, shut down, hide, that's overload. Crashes into things, can't sit still, tapping, that is under stimulation. So you need to know which direction your kid is before you build the sensory diet. Step 2, build in 3 check-in moments: morning, after school, and before homework. Those are your 3 highest risk windows of the day. At each one, you're giving your kid a scheduled input break. Not because they asked, but because the clock is telling them to. Step 3, match the input to the direction. So if your kid runs toward overload, give them a quiet space. Put the curtains down, give them a weighted blanket, maybe some soft music, deep pressure, whatever makes your kid feel safe and calm in a quiet space. Close the blinds, low lighting. If your kid runs toward understimulation, give them heavy work. Bring in the groceries, carry the laundry baskets downstairs, upstairs to the laundry room. Set up an obstacle course. Have them play outside. Trampoline, jumping jacks, bouncing a ball, wall push-ups, proprioceptive input, just a fancy way to say that our bodies are pushing against things. Push-ups, carrying a backpack, pulling something. Overload versus boredom, that's what we talked about last week. If you're not sure which direction your kid goes, watch that video and it'll start to click better. Here's one thing that kills a sensory diet before it starts: using sensory input as a reward. If you behave, you get to have a break. That doesn't work. A sensory diet works because it's consistent. Your kid's nervous system doesn't care if it earned it. It just needs what it needs, on schedule, the way a body needs lunch, whether or not you had a good morning or a bad one. The moment that you tie it to behavior, it's not a sensory diet anymore. It's a bribe, and bribes don't regulate nervous systems. It sounds like a lot to track, but it's not. Once you know your kid's direction, over or under, you can sketch your sensory diet in 5 minutes on a piece of paper. And when you do, put it on your fridge, have those built into your day, you'll notice that your kid's getting what they need and the meltdowns are getting less and less, or they're stopping altogether. Subscribe. Next week, we're getting into what to do in the first 60 seconds of a meltdown when the sensory diet didn't catch it in time.